Good morning, adventures. Well, good morning to me. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning, or almost 9 o'clock in the morning. But thank you. Thank you for joining in on this adventure. This is, wow, I just realized how tired I look. Yeah, I need a nap. Anyway, thank you for joining in. I am currently sitting at the Parkway Memorial Gardens in Warner Robins. It's a military memorial cemetery. And it's y'all know I treat cemeteries like churches. They're hallowed ground. There's no reason for me not to be here as long as I'm not disturbing anyone or causing a scene or disturbing the property. You know what I'm saying? So I feel comfortable here, and I probably have friends here, so I feel pretty welcomed. But that's where I'm at, just down the road from where Brainy is doing her. Don't remember if she said it's an AA meeting this morning or a Alkanon meeting. I can't remember which. But she's doing an in-person meeting this morning, and then we're going to eye doctor, get her eyes checked, and then we're going to have lunch. And then after lunch, we're going to stick around for a ukulele lesson. Brainy's going to go learn how to play the ukulele, and then she's going to teach me. I'm going to already start learning on my own with the keys, chords. Right now I'm learning the chuck, how to chuck or strum, depends on how you want to word it, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I'm learning, and I'm finding that my phalanges are able to manipulate the ukulele better than I can the pan flute or the ocarina that I was using. Because due to all the injuries I've had in my life, my pinky finger and ring finger don't like to articulate all the time in all the right directions. You'll see, if you ever pay attention, my pinky will kind of look like it's going left to right as I'm trying to get it to bend and curl back like it needs to. It's weird. I contribute that to playing a lot of intense paintball in my youth and soccer. I played soccer in high school, ended up breaking my ring finger here, about right there, and my wrist here and here, roughly. And then that was my freshman year. I got put in the goal because the senior was our goalie, and it was his last year, so they needed to go ahead and start getting a goalie trained up for the upcoming season and the next couple of years. That was me. Well, we ended up playing a football team as a soccer team in Macon, Georgia, and I dove on the ball, had it like I was supposed to, but he didn't stop. He come running and done. To me, it felt like he was going for the field goal because he kicked the tar out of my wrist, broke it in two spots, and broke my finger. Right? Next year, kind of the same thing happened. Another guy kicked me in the arm, refractured it. All right. So like, okay, things aren't going like I wanted to with this, but all right. Then year 3, I'm playing again, and in practice, I get hit. And I can feel the pain and so on and so forth, but I'm like, all right, I just got to be more careful, right? Well, then the school counselor is made the soccer coach. He knows nothing about soccer and takes all the EBD kids in his counseling programs and puts them on the soccer team. Yeah, so I promptly left the soccer team. But that's a real energetic, outgoing, always outside, always tearing something up or trying to put something together. That was my youth, y'all. And you know, you get what you get. I know that through all the abuse I've done to my body, doing all the physical things, not like drugs, alcohol, that kind of stuff, but just like a sports player, wearing out the body, right? Chloroform smells great, but you know what I'm saying? If you're rough to your body, it's going to be rough later on. But I enjoyed my childhood. I truly loved how I was raised. I loved the fact that Early in the morning, I could watch cartoons with little to no interruption. Then as soon as the cartoons were over, I was outside running around in the woods, riding a bike all the way down to Granny's house, and pushing the bike back up the hill, and then back down, back and forth, back and forth. Waiting, listening for Harleys on the bypass, or wasn't a bypass at the time, but looking and waiting for the Harleys and playing with my dogs. An amazing childhood. And one of the things I remember in my childhood, more chloroform, Calvin and Hobbes. If you know, you know. It's a cartoon based on a little boy who carries around a stuffed tiger, and Calvin and Hobbes go on all sorts of adventures. Now, we know he has a stuffed animal and he's imagining all of it, right? Okay. Doesn't change anything. It's a great comic. Love it. It's funny as hell. I can relate, right? Because I want to go outside, bear with me, y'all, and play with my dogs. Same thing. All right. Well, we also had Winnie the Pooh. Another what's the word? The kid was imagining, all right? He was out in the woods by himself playing. He was imagining that all of his stuffed animals that he wheeled out there in the wagon are living their own life. They have their own adventures, right? That's what's going on in his head. Not bad. But then you think about it, and you also have Tony the Tiger. A serial tiger. There's a many more, like the, Thundercats. All those were cats. But then you had, Lino, Chitari, really on the nose kind of names here. But my question for you guys, maybe y'all know something I don't know, something I wasn't paying attention to growing up, or it's just a fact that I was never taught. But why are there so many tigers in children's entertainment? Why are there, I just named out 3 cartoons that had tigers in it. I can only think of 2 mice. Well, until the 90s when Biker Mice from Mars came out, but that didn't last long. But it was really only two cartoons with mice. But a lot of cats. Lots of cats. So why? Why are tigers such a big part in children's literature? Why is it in every culture there is a tiger story or multiple tiger stories? Tigers aren't in the U.S. No, I don't think they're in South America. I probably need to check that fact, right? I know they're not in the North America. They're not in the U.S., except for the zoos and the private owners. And Canada. Yeah, there's no tigers in Canada. Y'all have to bear with me. I don't know what it is around here. Probably those bushes right there. They have my sinuses going absolutely berserk. Bear with me one moment. It's like somebody turned on a faucet right here, and I can just feel all the pressure and everything just trying to drain out. I apologize. But I'm not going to end this video just because my nose is running. Sorry, not sorry. Life is what it is, It's sometimes your nose is running, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's snot. But anyway, somebody tell me, what's up with all the tigers? Why did we have Tony, Calvin and Hobbes, Tigger, Tigara? I can't remember that guy's name. Anyway, tell me, guys. Talk to me. Let me know. But while you're looking up that information and gathering it for me, go look and check out Forgotten Angels, Florida. ForgottenAngels.org. www.ForgottenAngelsFlorida.org. To be a lot more specific. What they do is they take the young men and women in Florida that have been aged up and out of the foster care system. And by that, I mean, it's your 18th birthday, right? Time to celebrate. But instead of celebrating, you get handed all of your belongings in a trash bag, or two, depending on how many trash bags you got. And you're told to hit the road, hit the streets, get out of my house, you're not my problem. The state no longer pays me to deal with you, so I'm not going to deal with you anymore. And on your 18th birthday, you become homeless. Homeless and hopeless. Hopeless because those foster parents that just kicked you out, they didn't teach you shit. Nothing. All they did was make sure you had a house with an AC in it, and that was it. They don't care. You're just a paycheck to them. So they didn't teach you how to live life, how to deal with problems, how to navigate the obstacles of just everyday life. So you're hopeless. You have no idea how to go out on your own and make you something of yourself. Everyone says it's easy, but you don't know what you're doing because you weren't taught. And that's where David and Cindy come in, y'all. They take these young men and women and they bring them in. They provide for them a tiny home that is theirs, right? Help them get more clothes, help them get a job, help them go to school, help them with their criminal records if they got addictions like alcohol, drugs, or anything, right? They help them with their addictions and make sure they go to counseling so they can get their head wired correctly. And they teach them things that we were taught, like how to tie your shoes, how to dress properly, how to make sure the tag is on the inside on the back of your shirt instead of the front flipped out, and all that kind of small, tiny details in your life that you were taught without being realized you were being taught it. That's what they do. They fill the gaps that the biological parents created and the state-appointed parents opened up wider. So reach out to them, see if there's anything you can do to support them. Donate some time, donate some money. Come to a camp out, hang out with us, see what it's really about. Have a good time. That's what I do. Well, yeah, that's what I do. Somebody driving by on a bicycle. But if Forgotten Angels isn't for you, I understand. I don't really like all kinds of people. I like people enough, but I don't like being around them. So I get it. Forgotten Angels might not be for you. You may be like me as well. You may love dogs. I have 10. 10 dogs. And I love every single one of them. And we care for every single one of them. We'll take one to the vet when they're sick and so on and so forth. But we got 3 of our dogs from Possum Southern Rescue. Here in Warner Robins, they have a doggy adoption every Saturday at PetSmart. And that's where we got Cerberus, Twiggy, and now our sweet little Whiskey. So reach out to them. If canine fur babies is your game, reach out to them. Every Saturday here at PetSmart in Warner Robins, they have adoptions. So come adopt a dog, foster, buy a bag of dog food, or buy the dog a bone, y'all. That's all I got for you. I'm going to let y'all go. Brandy's calling me because she's out of her AA meeting, so let me let her know I'm just down the road at the cemetery. All right, y'all.